Yes, hello, welcome once again to Monetary Games and Collectibles, folks. My name's Chris, this is my channel. Absolute pleasure to have you with me here today. And this is one of two videos on the subject of G.I. Joe Classified Series in 2026. Looking ahead, as you will. This installment that you're watching right now is going to be talking about things we know and stuff that is leaked and rumoured. And then the second installment, which will be coming in a day or two's time, is going to be all about wishlisty stuff, just getting into my wish list and the wish list of some the viewers of this channel. So stick around. I'm going to talk you through just what we know so far and then share with you a few rumours and leaky kind of information that we've heard about G.I. Joe Classified in 2026. Let's get into it. And the pre-order list is looking a little slim going into 2026, certainly compared to previous years. Last year, I think I even did a video saying overwhelmed with G.I. Joe Classified Series pre-orders. This year, I'm doing we've got two waves that we know about. And the first of those two waves is a 5-figure mainline wave that has been up for pre-order. These figures are announced, rendered, in-hand revealed, up for pre-order, ready to go. Although I know my man Sharky over in Australia has got his hands on a couple of these already, shipped them over from Taiwan or Hong Kong or something. But yeah, these are Hit and Run, Lifeline, the version 2 Mole Rat, the Big Lob, and the Night Viper wave. And of course, as we know from Chris over at the Full Force, the plan is to do 5-figure waves here, and this is the first 5-figure wave that is on the list. The second of the known about waves is the Retro wave. This wave was announced here in the UK. I was there. I saw it happen. I was at the panel. And this is the crazy legs with the crazy face. We've got Zap there, and we've got the female Crimson Trooper. This is Retro wave. We've seen them in packaging. The card backs were in the cabinets at the convention. We know this is coming, and I believe we're looking at estimated ship dates at the back end of April for these three, or again, at least I can speak from the UK estimated dates. And then finally, in the, definitely on the cards, done, dusted, it's a done thing. We've got the HasLab Snowcat release. So this obviously hit its funding goal. The estimated shipping date off the top of my head is October 2026. Although, I'm running off UK dates. There might be slightly different dates worldwide. And of course, we know it's got the Frostbite, the Bivouac, and Lady J Arctic Gear versions come with it. So some HasLab excitement hopefully coming at the back end of autumn, the winter next year. And that's kind of it. That's sort of everything we know for sure, for definite right now. There are some previews and some render reveals, which I'll talk about in a brief second. But compared to previous years, moving from, from 1 year into the next, things are looking a lot thinner on the ground in terms of sort of fixed, done deal, like this is up for pre-order or whatever. A lot smaller on the old pre-order list. So let's take a look now at some of the render reveals and stuff that we know is going to be announced in 2026, and we'll be moving forward somewhat in 2026, but we haven't seen anything beyond the render reveals or the name only. And the first item on the list is the Cobra La Royal Guard. So we've seen this digital render that's been announced. It started off as one of those little cheeky teasers with the a piece, one of the shoulder pieces, I think it was, that was previewed, and then they showed us the digital render. It's obviously a deluxe set. When this will be coming in 2026, and how it fits into the the kind of timeline of releases over the year is yet to be seen. If I'm a betting man, I think they'll be holding this back. This will be Yojo June or a convention announcement for pre-order, maybe San Diego or New York Comic Con or something. So I suspect we're probably not going to see or hear much more about this until the summer of 2026. I mean, I could be wrong. That's just speculation. That's kind of where I'm sitting, but we know for a fact that this is on the way. Then we have the name-only pipeline reveals. Here's the list on the screen, and these have been drip-fed out over the year at various panels and fan streets, etc., etc. We know, for example, that we're getting the Taurus and Red Dog 2-pack in 2026, going to be rounding out, the Slaughter's Renegades there. We've got Iceberg, who's been name-only announced, but then wasn't revealed as one of the 5-figure wave that was opened up for pre-order. He's coming later down the line. We then had the Hydro Viper, Danya, and Ninja Force Zartan reveal. Comic-Con, again, as only reveals. So it's fleshing out the 2026 list a bit, but not a huge amount. Hey folks, how's it going? Future Editing Chris here. I've had to jump in because I've lied to you. Unintentionally, but I've just lied to you because in addition to the Cobra La Trooper and the name only reveals list that I've just talked about, Hasbro, to be nice and convenient, after I'd pre-recorded the stuff that you've just watched, jumped on their channel, their Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel, did a little Arctic Hiss preview, and then shared these three bad boys as well. So there is a selection of Arctic-themed army builders coming, presumably in 2026. We've got over on the far side there, the Drift Viper, essentially a Night Viper in Arctic Deco. We've then got in the middle there, the Arctic Steel Core Trooper. And then over this side, just above my head here, we've got the Arctic Saw Viper. All three of which are basically, just straight up repaints. Straight up repaints. Not a great deal of Frankenstein character or development in there, but these are also on the list. No word as to when they're going to be released, no word as to what's going on. It did briefly cross my mind, so with Frostbite on the list as well, whether there was just going to be a whole sort of Arctic-y themed wave coming down the pipeline, but I don't know. And there's something else, actually, that I'll be talking about in a minute when we get back to past Chris and his recorded stuff around the two Cobra ones in particular that I'll talk about. But yeah, there you go. Throwing a spanner in the works. Thanks, Hasbro, for that. Could you not do your announcements in line with my video timeline in future, please? That'd be great. The only other thing we have to be mindful of with regards to 2026 is the harness. I forget when that was first revealed. That's a clip from my live stream of the MCM London panel, and then we've got the chameleon. No, well, we don't know the ski thing. that's on the other side. Although the chameleon, the swab skier, is I think the prevailing choice. Although there's other speculation out there. I mean, they're leaning into Arctic themes very heavily at the moment. So things like the polar bear are on the list. So how these fit in, what these are, we don't know. Although I'll circle back around to something in a minute. May give us some insights. And that is it. That's what we know about the upcoming year. That's what 2026 looks like at this point as we're creeping up onto New Year's Eve. So it is a very short kind of list of stuff going on. However, just the other day, our man Destro is my spirit animal jumped on and dropped a video with some very interesting information. And I'd like to take a moment to talk about that. So on screen right now is a list of leaks. Destro is my spirit animal. Got some correspondence from someone who says they work in packaging or something. I'm not entirely sure. And this random list of stuff was what that person tipped him the wink over. Now, I'm not going to go over this in massive amounts of detail. I'll put a link to Destro is my spirit animals video down below. But there are a few bits in here that caught my eye that I thought was very interesting. The Retro Wild build being on the list pleases my heart. In the next video, the wishlist video, you'll see that I mention retro HasLab characters re-released as retro card backs was something that I was hoping for, particularly Wild Bill. Zanya and a swamp buggy is interesting too. I speculated that the swamp skier was the vehicle that the little sled belonged to, that it was possibly going to be a pack with Zanya in it. Heart Wrencher being on the list is interesting as well. Heart Wrencher's been on the rumours list for like 2 years now, maybe even 3 years, released with by a retailer with a list of other characters that all turned up in the line except for Heart Wrencher. She was thought to be the character going in with Falcon, and it turned out that wasn't the case. So that's interesting. The Velociraptor there being the answer to the neck piece, going for Dino Hunters. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The Thunder Machine being on the list. Destro with his despoiler's also interesting. Again, in the next video, you'll get a little interesting snippet of something Lenny has said at a convention earlier this year that's going to be interesting. So it's a curious list, but as I say, go watch Destro is my spirit animals video. He's very tentatively put this out there with some trepidation that he might be getting trolled by someone. But there is some interesting content in there. The least of which is the Fatal Fluffies. I mean, come on, guys. I put that on a wish list ages ago. I mean, it was a comedy wish list. It was a joke wish list, but hey, I'll take it. You know what I mean? And there we go, folks. That's pretty much the picture so far. So we've got what I've gone over the pre-orders, gone over the renders, gone over the name-only pipeline reveals, gone over some leaks and rumors. That's what we've got. That's where we're at, which I don't feel like is as full of a video. Although what I will say is I usually do these videos just before Yojo June, before the convention season starts. I'm kind of doing it at a different time of the year for me than usual. I don't tend to do it annually. I tend to do it by the convention circuit calendar. So we'll see what's the what there. I'm pretty certain, Yojo June, talking to the convention circuit, I'm pretty certain that Yojo June's going to be happening this year. I'd be surprised if they don't do a similar kind of circuit of San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, London. Where else have they been? CCXP, Brazil, the Italian one, name escapes me. So they might do another kind of convention world tour. There was certainly talk last year of dialing back on the kind of live streamed cons over the Hasbro Pulse channel and do more in-person kind of cons. So see what happens there. But there we are. Drop in the comments down below. Have I missed something? Is there a rumor or a leak or a piece of information floating around that I've not been able to keep a track of? Let me know about that. Anything on the Destro is my Spirit Animals leaks list that's got you excited? Please do make sure you go and watch his video as well to get a kind of a more fuller rundown of the info on there. But in the meantime, folks, come back around for part 2, which is going to be the wish list video. Not just my wish list, a few of my viewers have sent some over to me as well, some characters they'd like to see. And I'll catch you in proper style in 2026. All right, take it easy, folks.